In part 2 of the series, we're going to create the task that navigates the bot through the routes. And then we're going to finish off navigating the bot to the enemy. Next, we're going to create is finding the route. So let's go to New, Blueprint, BTT, Task Base again. And this will be BTT, Bot, Next Route. Let's open that up. Now there's two Blackboard key type variables that we need to access within this task. So let's start by creating target, point, Blackboard key select. Let's create another route. Next, we have to create one other variable for this task specifically, and that'll be max routes. And that just defines how many routes it should continue to look for. Even though we create our waypoints, you sometimes want to have that extra control over your task. And so let's make all of these editable and save. So as before, let's get event, receive, execute. Again, execute. And so let's start off with a branch. We want to pick from the route, get Blackboard value as in. We want to get max routes and compare. If Blackboard is more or equal to max routes, we want to reset it back to 0. Let's pull from here. I'm going to set the value as n, pick from true, and that will be 0. The next task, the next node you want to get is get all actors of class. And let's go and find our bot waypoint. Let's pick our false from here. And this will return all of the actors that have that waypoint class. Let's go to for each with break. Let's pick from completed and finish execute. Let's drag this a little further out. And this thing we want to do is cast to bot waypoint. Pick from here, and you want to get the position. We can copy our setup from here. And we're going to do equal. I want to make sure we're on the right route. You get it? Pun? I don't know. Next, we want to do is set Blackboard value as vector. So let's access the target point node now. Hit get, and you want to set as vector true. Let's pick here. Let's actually pull this down and under here. The location we'll get from here. So get actor location, and pick that to the value. Now let's save and compile this. Now let's quickly hop back to the bot AI tree so I can show you a sample of what's going on. So let's pick from here, similar to the nodes, and get selector. Now the selector calls everything below it. There's another node called sequence. Now this node will only call the next function as the previous function is successful, and so it goes into an order, which is why it's called sequence. Selector calls everything. Another node will be simple parallel, and this allows you to call one function as you call another. So this could be the walk speed while you're calling, while you're calling the move to. And so these are both call at the same time. Pretty straightforward. And so what we're going to do here today is we're going to create another selector. We're going to pick from here and type btt bot walk speed. The next one we're going to call is btt bot next route. The last function we're going to call is move to. And this is a generic function. And so let's start off by changing the node name to change walk speed so it's more easily identifiable. Find route and move to route. In this first node, you will notice our walk rate. And let's just set this to 2. In the find route, you'll notice a few things here actually. Target point and route. And you'll notice that these two are already populated with the data asset that we first populated in the root. And so now it's telling you what value should be linked between the two variables. And so our target point should be target point, our route should be route. In here, it asks for a Blackboard key type so that it knows where to navigate to. And that will be our target point. So now let's add on one thing to this node so that it is selected properly. We want to go to Add Decorator, Blackboard, click this Blackboard value. This will be Patrol. The Blackboard key you want to select is State. Keyboard query is equal to Patrol. And so now this selector will only be called when the state of the bot is in patrol. Let's create one other over here, selector, and we're going to do the same thing. Blackboard. This would be search and attack. And when you want to go to Blackboard key, type in state, and we want to do greater or equal to. And that way it's either searching or it's attacking. And so we'll only call this if it's searching or attacking. Now you may notice it's a little messy already. They added this nice feature called auto range, and now simply auto range. Now these decorators are a little bit different, and you can also create your own decorators. Decorators are in a sense conditions that you add on top of your task. So to quickly overview some of these other tasks, there's force success, loop, time limit, reach, move goal, and these decorators simply allow you to add extra conditions to the task itself. So you can either force it to do something, limit it, or whatever it is that you need for your situation. So now let's go back to the content browser, and we're going to add a new task called move to enemy. So let's go to new, blueprint, BTT, task blueprint base. I'm going to call this BTT bot move to enemy. So let's start off by creating two Blackboard variables. One will be route, next will be state. One will be enemy actor, next will be state. Lastly, we'll create radius. And this will simply allow you to manipulate the acceptance radius from the move to actor function. Let's make all these editable, and let's start off by receive execute. I want to cast to bot AI. We want to get the state. You want to get value as enum. We want to do switch on bot state. Let's pick this to the selection. Pick this to here. So let's move this up. Move this under. And give us a little bit more space. We want to get enemy actor. Now we want to get the object from this Blackboard variable. You want to cast this to character. You want to pick from search. Next, you want to do a set focus. So let's pick from the bot AI, set focus. And this will make your bot aim at the player. Another thing we want to do is set actor rotation. So let's pick from the AI and get controlled pawn. Set rotation. We'll pick that here. We also want to pick from here, get actor location, get actor location. I'm going to do find, look at rotation. And let's make sure that we start from that AI bot and we look at the player. Now we want to break rot, pick here, make rot, break that from pitch and change the yaw only. Another note you want to get is get actor rotation. We want to do R interp 2. So that'll be current rotation. It's the rotation that the actor is now, and target is what we want to update it to. Let's get delta world seconds. And let's change the terp speed to 6. Feel free to modify that as you feel freely. Now, for the bot AI, let's do move to actor. Pick from set rotation. Let's get radius now and pick this directly to acceptance radius. And you can turn off can strafe. Cast the character. We want to pick that to goal. Now that's it for that line. Let's go to the next line, or the next 2 lines, I should say. And let's set the actor's rotation. I'm going to go from attack and pick that here. New rotation will be pulled from here. And this is saying that the player has already been targeted and is engaged. Now the last thing we want to do, as always, is finish, execute, pick from here, finish, execute. Now with the cast fail, that means there's no enemy, and so we want to finish execute again. Now if they're patrolling, we also want to finish execute once more. And this is just to keep it from getting trapped inside this task, because it needs to finish the execute or will not allow the sequence to move on. With that said, let's enable success. Now we have to add on one last thing to the end of this, just to catch any pitfalls. So let's go to pick from the back and pick gate. Let's get our trusty receive tick and pick that to the open. My mistake. We're going to pick this to open, and this will be enter. First thing we want to do is branch. Another thing this would do is finish execute. Success. And this will close the gate. If it's false, we want to switch on following status. In order to get the current move status of the AI, we have to pick from bot AI, move status, And let's pick this here. So let's get state. And we want to set as enum. And this will be 2, which will be attack. And again, let's pull this back. Pull this under here. And this will be picked to here. So we'll have finish execute back here. Finish execute. Finish execute. That's just so you can easily find where the end begins. Let's comment this. Move to enemy. Now that your bot is able to navigate the mesh and find the enemy, the next step is to attack the enemy.